Welcome back to PTC Creo Essentials for episode 3 of my beginner series. So far we've learnt some basic operations of Creo and you should be starting to feel a little bit more comfortable with the interface and some of the more basic features. So today we'll be looking at another one of the more basic features, but a very powerful feature, and that's the Revolve tool. So we'll end up creating a shaft just like this using the Revolve tool, and we will be able to do that in one sketch. Now as a beginner you may look at this and think there's 7 different pieces to this. So you may be thinking I have to do 7 different sketches and 7 different extrudes, but that is not the case. So at first anyway, we'll make something a little more simple. We'll make a sphere using the Revolve tool. So we'll start by sketching on the front plane. So you can choose the front plane from here, or you can also just choose it there and hit S for sketch. Front view on. I'll turn off the plane display there. And what we'll do is we'll use the line tool. Now I haven't shown you this tool yet. This is the line chain tool. The keyboard shortcut is L, and I highly recommend you learn that one, L. You'll use this all the time. So I'll hit L and you see it will activate up there. I'll use that again, it's unactivated. I hit L and it activates. Now we'll drag up here. We'll choose, this doesn't really matter, but I'll choose 100 mils, and then we'll go to the arc tool. This is 3-point tangent end, so I'll be selecting the ends of this here and there and dragging out until we see the little plus scoop the middle there. That means we have a circle, or a semicircle in this case. And that's it, we'll hit OK. Now if we go to the Revolve tool, which is up here, click into that, select this line to revolve around, and you'll see it creates a sphere or a ball. Okay, so that is one use of the Revolve tool. Very simple, we can create a sphere like that in absolutely no time. Now it's important to visualize how that's actually worked. So we'll go back into the sketch, and basically what we've done is we've created a 2D slither of basically a half cross section of the sphere. And it's important to recognize that we're revolving around the central axis. So let's hit OK. We'll turn our axis display on. And we have the axis coming up through the center of the sphere there. And the sketch has been revolved around that axis, all the way around it. So it's important that you can visualize that. That way you can take advantage of this tool and you really can build a lot of different things using it. So I'll delete that and we'll do another one. This time we might build a vase or a vase. So we'll sketch on the front plane, hit S. Again, hit L for the line tool. We'll drag up. This dimension doesn't really matter. I'll do a couple of hundred. There we go. And L. We'll come across. Let me think how we can build this. We'll just make this really simple. We'll just come down here to here. We'll come out here. And then we'll just use our arc again and something like this. Let's do it like this way. Yeah, that's going to be pretty ugly, but that's okay. Look, click OK, go to the Revolve tool, revolve around here, and we've created a pretty terrible looking vase, but that's okay. And if we wanted to be able to put something in here, we can use the shell tool. Click the shell tool up here, this surface, and it will actually hollow out the whole thing to a certain dimension. I didn't plan on showing you the shell tool, but there we go. We'll do it that way, that's fine. So here we have a vase that nobody will buy, but you get the idea. Let me delete that shell again. We'll just delete that. So it's important that you get the idea that this sketch has been revolved around the central axis. It's a 2D slither of what we've created, and it's just been revolved around this line 360 degrees. And that's how the Revolve tool works. So how about we go ahead and create that shaft that we saw, I showed you initially. So we'll sketch on the front plane again, hit S, and hit L for our line tool, and we'll sketch out, and I'm going to make that about 400. You can hit this magnifying glass to bring it into the center, hit L. I'm going to go up about 80 mils, hit L again, come across, look, I'm not too worried about the dimensions, we'll go up, and I will change that to 5 mil. And you'll see as we come out here, we'll get a green line, and that indicates that the lines are equal length, but I don't want them equal, so I'll drag out a bit more. I'll come up. Look, I do want to have the vertical lines the same though. We'll see it goes green there, and that means it's the same length. Click in, come across, we'll come up like this. And I want to bring this more out, here we go. And we'll just come across some rudimentary lengths, it doesn't really matter, it's just a demonstration. That will do. Yeah, okay, and out, down, and then join it back up. Now, I'm about to teach you an important lesson here. So we'll click OK, get that central again, and we'll hit the Revolve tool. And I come down to revolve around this line, but it does not let me choose it. And there's a fairly simple reason. Let's go back out. We'll cancel, we'll go back into our sketch. What I've done here is when I've joined these lines up, you can see I've done 2 separate lines. Now, Creo doesn't understand that. It can't revolve around one of them, because if it just tries to revolve around this one, and we have an enclosed sketch, it cannot do that. It doesn't know what to do. So we need this to be all one line. So I need to delete these lines. So up here we have the delete segment tool. Keyboard shortcut of Control plus Delete. Now definitely learn this one. You'll be doing this a lot. So Control Delete, and you can see it comes on, it activates it. Hold the left mouse button and just cross through the line, and it gets rid of it. Now I'll hit L and make this all one line, hit OK. Now when we go back to our Revolve tool, we can select it, good, and there's our shaft. So as you can see, again, it's a 2D slither that has been revolved around this central axis, 360 degrees. And we've created the part that seemed fairly complicated in absolutely no time. And you can change the sketch dimensions very quickly, very easily, without having to do much. So I think we'll leave it at that for the Revolve tool. It's a very powerful tool, and like I said, just keep in mind the symmetricity of products and what you're creating, and attempt to take advantage of that. It really makes life so much easier using CAD packages. Thanks for watching.